The words lingered in her mind longer than they should have. "I think I settled she's too ordinary for me." Nathan's voice, casual and dismissive, floated through the room as if Lydia were invisible. She said nothing. Just, "Okay." The syllable was soft, controlled, unremarkable, but inside something shifted. A stillness settled over her, a quiet awareness that she had been seen and dismissed incorrectly. In the days that followed, Lydia replayed the conversation in fragments. Tiny moments, long forgotten, surfaced: Nathan rolling his eyes at her suggestions during dinner, his laughter at her expense when friends were around, the casual assumption that she would never challenge him. Each memory was sharp, precise, and somehow illuminating. She realized she had been underestimated in ways both subtle and blatant. Without announcing it, she scheduled a meeting with her lawyer. The office was quiet, neutral. Lydia spoke with minimal inflection, explaining facts, asking questions, listening more than she spoke. Her words were sparse, strategic, each sentence weighted with purpose. The decision she had made was not impulsive, it was deliberate. She left the office the same way she arrived, composed, unremarkable to anyone observing, yet internally armed. At home, she returned to her routines. Cooking dinner, managing bills, tidying the house, all performed with the same quiet efficiency she had always displayed. Nathan noticed a subtle shift. There was no outburst, no accusation, no dramatics. Lydia's presence was unchanged in form, but altered in substance. He felt it as a prickling discomfort, a sense that he no longer fully controlled the narrative, though he could not yet name why. Time moved in small increments, measured in ordinary moments: breakfast plates, the hum of the dishwasher, her deliberate calm in conversation. And then Devon called. Nathan picked up the phone, his voice initially casual, but within moments it faltered. Devon was shaking. Evidence had arrived: documents, communications, or a legal revelation. It did not matter which, only that it forced Nathan to confront something he could not dismiss. Authority had intervened in a clear, undeniable way outside of Lydia's immediate presence. Nathan's eyes, usually so confident, flicked toward Lydia as he processed the call. For the first time, the certainty he carried like armor showed cracks. Lydia observed, silent, her posture unchanged, though her awareness of power had crystallized. She did not gloat. She did not assert dominance with theatrics. The shift was quiet, unmistakable, and entirely hers. Memories of overlooked signs and subtle underestimations returned to her mind, not as anger, not as longing, but as markers of intelligence and patience she had quietly honed. Each small detail now had purpose. Each slight, once invisible, became a thread in a net she had carefully woven without anyone noticing. When Nathan finally turned to her, words failing him, Lydia felt no triumph in his discomfort. Instead, she recognized a sense of calm authority in herself that had nothing to do with him. The house was unchanged, yet everything felt different. The equilibrium had shifted, and she moved through it with a quiet assurance, neither vengeful nor celebratory. In the end, Lydia's reflection was measured. She had regained dignity without dramatics, control without aggression. Nathan had been confronted with consequence, yes, but the story's resolution was internal, psychological, and profoundly quiet. She understood her own value now, not through his acknowledgement, but through her actions and choices. The relationship between them remained unresolved in nuance, a tension threaded with memory, awareness, and silent assertion. Lydia's empowerment was calm, deliberate, and contained. It was the subtle proof of intelligence exercised without spectacle. In the quiet aftermath, she realized she was no longer the one underestimated. Power had shifted, but celebration was unnecessary. Control, when earned and sustained with restraint, was enough. And so she moved forward in the house she had always inhabited, surrounded by familiar objects and routines, yet with a new awareness: her voice, her mind, her decisions mattered. Not because she proved him wrong in the way stories often dramatize, but because she had acted deliberately enough that no one could overlook it. The ending was quiet, the victory understated. Authority had intervened, consequence had arrived, and Lydia had been the calm agent in the midst of it. Nathan could sense the change, could see it reflected in her stillness, in the subtle confidence she carried, but he could not undo it. And she did not need him to. It was enough that she had taken herself seriously when no one else had, that she had moved with strategy, patience, and restraint. The world remained ordinary on the surface, but she had quietly shifted the balance, proving that empowerment could be subtle, profound, and entirely self-contained.